You know, James asked, or Marie asked me actually to come down this evening, and I appreciate the invitation. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Uh, and, you know, certainly tonight's not about me, it's about James and his wife. And let's not forget Lily either, because this is a family affair when you get into these things, you know. It's hard to believe when I look back. The first time I ran, I had two daughters dragging me with me. You know, me and Sheila, we had Lauren and Heather with us, and now they're grown and married and have families of their own. So it goes by quick, guys. So enjoy the time with Lily while you can. What do you say about James Calkins that y'all probably don't already know? I mean, the outgoing spirit that he has, the smile on his face all the time, the in-your-face attitude that when you first meet him, he's there with. James is in the room when James is in the room, so there's no doubt about that. But I first met him whenever he was having problems with the county engineer. You know, here's a guy that came from California without a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, and starts his own business on the beach. And we get a county engineer with an attitude because he runs the beach and saying, well, he doesn't have to buy a license or he don't have to pay us taxes to be on our beach. Okay. And they hassled him constantly. And I asked the engineer, I said, is he breaking any rules? Is he supposed to have a license? Is he not supposed to be on the beach doing what he's doing? Well, you know, it was a whole new idea that they brought onto Navarre Beach and were selling, and people enjoyed it and providing a need. But yet we had an engineer that ran the beach and didn't really like what he was doing because there wasn't any contribution going back to the county. Well, I basically asked him to please get off his back and quit doing it, because man's doing what he is allowed to do on public property and providing a service that we weren't providing, nobody else was providing, and turned it into a business and invested in an area down here in Navarre and became part of the citizenry of Navarre. Met a beautiful young lady out there on the beach, and even though I've seen her dad, and he's a big Russian guy that I probably wouldn't want to mess with, ends up marrying the gal. So, you know, and Marie becomes an American citizen and learns about that. And over the years, we became more and more acquainted. And, you know, I hate to tell everybody, but Trump doesn't have a monopoly on having Russian help during an election because Marie and her sister certainly helped me quite a bit on mine. So, in our friendship with our family and everybody has grown from there, and they've got a wonderful little daughter. But honesty, I don't think there's a more honest person in the room than James. I've never known him to stretch the truth or go outside of the lines. And a while back, he was elected and worked hard to get on the Holly Navarre Water Board. And he wasn't very well liked there because he wasn't playing the game that the rest of the establishment wanted to play. He was bringing out the truth in what was going on there, and got pretty much railroaded for it. So, but he stuck to his guns, and he served on as my person to be appointed to the Planning and Zoning Board for a while, and unfortunately. We replaced all those members, even though a lot of them weren't at fault. I didn't feel like that's very much the American way of doing things. You don't clean the whole board off when other people aren't at fault, but that happened, and that's the way it went around. But man, I could probably talk all night about James and the things we've done. And him and Steve helped me put up signs last campaign. And that's a whole different story. That's fun in itself. But what I do want to tell you before I have the opportunity to introduce our state representative is that these campaigns, unfortunately, take a lot out of you. They take a lot out of your family. They cost a lot of money to run. So if you want James to get elected, it takes that. I hate to think that it costs several $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 or more to run a local county commission race, but with the medias today, And the fact that people can go out there and say negative about you without any repercussions to them, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, I call it the Democrat effect. Throw all the crap you can on the wall, and if none of it sticks, let's throw some more up there on the wall. See what does stick. So if you can, please contribute. Take signs, help get cards signed. Tell your friends. I mean, if everybody in here get James 5 votes, 10 votes, 15 votes. That's what it takes. It's a grassroots effort. It does take a lot of money, but the biggest thing is that grassroots effort at getting out and supporting the person that you want to see in that office. I'd be proud to work with James during the rest of my tenure on the board. I think he'd be a great asset. He's young. He's motivated. And again, he's in your face. And a lot of times in Tallahassee, that's what we need is somebody to get in the face of our representatives, don't we? So at this time, like I say, I could go on all evening, but I want to introduce another person that's a very dear friend of mine and somebody that is out there for our citizens as a state representative. Mike is an outstanding representative, and he's the type of person that helps the underdog or goes for the underdog or votes for something or initiates something even when it's not popular. Because, when you go for the underdog or you do something because it's right and not because it's popular, a lot of people don't like you for that. And I know I'm in the same boat a lot of times, Mike. So, but I know him as a good Christian person and a strong person and a person that does what's right. And that's what it takes. And that's the only thing that's going to change our country and get it back is keep Christianity out there, keep the Lord in front of us, pray about our decisions, and make the right decisions for the right purpose.